So for the first video, I decided to do a video talking about the season 14 premiere of Supernatural. So I actually recently got into Supernatural over the summer when I started watching it back in August, and I ended up watching all the episodes on Netflix. It took me about 5.5 weeks to finish the entire collection on Netflix. It was really one of those shows where it's just like I couldn't stop watching. I just had to watch the episode one right after another. It was a little bad. In the fact that it's just like I just wanted to stay in bed and just continue to watch the episodes because I'm like, I need to know what happens next. And then when I finally finished, I was like, okay, now what do I do? There's no more episodes. The season doesn't start until October. It's halfway through. We're only in like the beginning of September. So I kind of, it was hard, but I did. But I have gone back and I've watched various episodes over again because there are certain episodes that are really good and you just need to watch them over again. And now I only recently started watching the show because when it first aired, one of the first episodes I saw, it really freaked me out and I was like, okay, I can't watch this. I'm not going to be able to watch this at night. It's just not going to work out because I get scared easily. So that was my thinking. But as the series continued to air, I caught episodes here and there. And I remember the one episode that I did catch when it did air was the one with James Marsters and Charisma Carpenter because I was a big fan of Buffy and Angel, and I love Spike. So, of course, I'm going to watch James Marsters in the episode. But other than that, it's just like little tidbits here and there. And no, I never actually thought the show was bad. It was just, I always thought it was just too scary for me. So that's why I never watched it. But now watching the show, I'm like, oh my god, why did I not watch this sooner? I really wish I had tuned in for it because it really is such a good show. And I'm just really sad that I kind of came in so late to the series. Alright, so season 14 premiere. We've got Michael on the loose in Dean's body. You've got Sam taking care of all the people from the apocalypse world in the bunker. Mary trying to help out and help her son while everyone is, looking for Dean. You got Cass looking for Dean in a very unique place. I would not have expected him of all people to go to go to a demon to look for Dean. That actually shocked me. I figured it would have been like Sam or I figured it would have been Sam who would have gone to a demon looking for Dean. But it's like that was a very interesting twist. And then you have Michael, going around asking different people, what is it you want? And I find that very interesting. Not sure where it's going, but it's very interesting. And it's very believable of him as Michael. I'm just kind of sitting there going like, okay, what is he going to do next? And I really look forward to seeing more. I might actually be a little bit sad when Dean comes back, even though I want Dean to come back like now. But it's very interesting. And then you have Sister Jo. Very curious to see what happens with Sister Jo. Does she help Michael? Does she help Sam? Okay, so I have a couple questions. A couple questions that go with the first episode. So the first question I have is, how is Nick still alive? Didn't he die in season 5? So how is he alive? God, I hope I explain that, because I'm very confused. It's like, I thought Nick died at the end of season 5 when Lucifer took over Sam's body. It's like, I could have sworn they said that he burned out when, like, the vessel was burning out, and then he just kind of died. So how? But the interesting part is that in Nick still being alive means there is a way to save Dean, but get rid of Michael, which I find an interesting twist, a very interesting twist. And when Mary came to Sam with the news of, he's awake, and Sam asking, have you talked to him, or has he said anything? And Mary goes, I can't even look at him. My immediate reaction was, is Lucifer still alive? Like, that was my first reaction, was, it's Lucifer. It's gotta be Lucifer. Instead of, oh, maybe it's the human that took over, or, maybe it's the, instead of that, it's the human that Michael took over before, the human that Michael took over in the Apocalypse World. And it's like, that never crossed my mind, which I find very interesting. But with the amount of times we've seen Lucifer, I think that kind of might explain it. But I was very, fully convinced it was Lucifer at first, and then they turn around and it's Nick. And I'm like, okay, so how is he still alive? But it's a nice way to kind of show there is a chance to bring Dean back. So maybe, since the only Archangel that is still alive is the Michael of this world, so maybe they do bring him out of the cage and have him kill the alternate reality Michael. I mean, I think fans have already kind of started speculating that, but that would be very interesting to see that. Oh, my mind is going now. But yeah, so that was one of the questions I had, is how is Nick still alive? And really hope they explain that. The other question I had was, where is the human that Michael was possessing before he took over for Dean? It's is he in the bunker? Is he still around? Is he still alive? Because Sam's questioning Nick about Michael's plan, whether or not Nick heard anything while Lucifer was possessing him. But don't you think they would have get more information from the human that Michael was possessing? Or maybe that's another thing that I hope they explain, is like where that human is, because it's like I just feel like it'd be really weird just to have him disappear without a trace, unless we're supposed to just believe that he was killed. Maybe he was, because Jack did hurt him. So I know one of the big questions I had going into season 14 was about Jack and his powers / his grace, and I was really curious whether or not he would get them back. Could he get them back, or is he going to be human forever? So I'm really glad that they stated that in the first episode, and they made a point to state that in the first episode, so that way we kind of got the answer right away. He he is without his powers now, but there's still a chance that he'll get them back. Well, not a chance, but he will get them back eventually. It's just not sure how long it will take. Could take, a couple months. It could take a year. Could take years. You never know. But it was nice that was stated, because I was very curious about that myself. Okay, so that look between Bobby and Mary at the end of the episode, please tell me they are not going down that route, because that is just weird. So weird. At least it is for me. I feel like the two of them together at all would be so weird and a bit wrong. I don't know why, but to me it just feels wrong. Not that, Mary shouldn't be with someone. Just something about Bobby and Mary. It's just I'm fully against. And I could tell you why I would, but I don't know. But it didn't feel right watching the two of them look at each other like that and going like, please no. Just please no. So maybe if they do, maybe it'll change my view. But right now, it's just no. No. Please no. Please no. Okay, so there's a couple more things that I wanted to talk about. One of them being the conversation between Sam and Mary on their way to save Cass. And to me, it felt very similar to the conversation between Sam and Dean in the therapist's office about Mary. And it was like a bit of a 180 for Sam. He's over here in that episode in season 13 where he's telling Dean that, Mary has to be alive, because if she's not alive, then I'm never going to get this relationship that you've had with her, and I just can't accept that, so I have to believe that she's still alive. Whereas Dean was, she's dead, we're never going to get her, she's dead. So now, this conversation between Mary and Sam's the one going like, we may never get Dean back. Dean's more than likely dead. If he isn't dead yet, he's probably going to be dead. And Mary is sitting there going, no, I have to believe that he is alive. I have to believe this. And something that was just very, it piqued my interest, because I really liked how different they were, and yet similar at the same time. The two scenes, anyways, because Dean's always been the one who's, Debbie Downer in a way. He always sees the bad, and with certain things, he always sees the bad. He doesn't want to see things in a good light, or rather, he's the optimist. That's a lie. He's the pessimist. He is the pessimist. He sees the glass half empty. Always sees the glass half empty. Whereas Sam has always seen the glass half full. He's the optimist. He believes good and things can come out of everything. He believes, that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And Dean doesn't see that light, or at least he hadn't for a long time. So now it's Sam who's being the pessimist and the glass half empty and believing that this isn't going to end the way they want it to end and he's going to lose his brother no matter how hard he tries. It was just, I really enjoyed the scene, and I felt the difference between the two was very interesting. Whether or not they actually planned it to do that, I'm not sure, but I really did like the fact that it felt very much like that scene with Sam and Dean about Mary. So,